Morning, everyone in Europe. It's 9 o'clock your time and 7 o'clock here in the evening our time. The sun's still out, and we've still got a bit of breeze out there on the Derwent. But it's incredibly, this big little low here is dropping away really fast, and I think our guys might run out of wind again soon. But anyway, more about that in a minute. Simon's right over the side here, flying away. Kirsten and Abelish still having their deal. Joshua's trapped in a bit of a not much wind there, and Gugg's underway again. He's happy at that. Got around the snares. That's the little blow that's going to be interesting. And Elliot's now underway. Just started to move in the last 4 hours. It hasn't rolled over to 8 o'clock yet, but he was only doing 2.7 knots, so not going anywhere in a hurry. And Guy's still under the zone. So let's before we do, let's have a look at. The leaderboard should correct itself and bring it up to 8 o'clock positions any minute, and then we'll see. Hopefully it's there. What's the timing on this? Nope, that's not showing. So, yep, it's just rolled over. Okay, so we've got Simon's managed 127 in the last 24 hours. He's doing 5 knots at the moment. Avalish 143. He's picked up a little bit on Simon. And Kirsten was actually going faster than Abelish there for a while in the last 24 hours, but now total distance covered is 135, so not quite as fast as Abelish. Michael Gugg, 102, he's happy with that. Jeremy's he's on the move. He didn't start moving until the blow started early hours of the morning. He was bare poles, you probably saw that, or not bare poles, but I'm not sure what he was doing. He must have been laying a hull or something. Cracked then up to 64 miles, and Ian Herbert Jones done 106, still going. And Elliot, well, he's underway now, but only just started. So there might be a bit of a glitch in that number. It only says 8 nautical miles. And Guy did 84. So the other thing there, you've already probably seen it, the ETA back into Les Sables d'Olonne based on their previous average speeds since Les Sables d'Olonne is interesting to look at, because Simon's showing 9th of April getting into Les Sables d'Olonne, and Abelish is 22nd of April, Kirsten's 23rd of April, 1 day behind. Wouldn't that be interesting? Because she's got a time difference there, which would put them neck and neck. And then Captain Gugg, 7th of May, Jeremy, the 30th of May. He's going to lose a few days here in Hobart to slip the boat and clean the bottom and so on. Ian Herbert Jones, 31st of May, and that's it. That's cool, because 31st of May, the prize giving, then all the rest of it will be sometime in June. So that's cool. Guy's going to have to hurry up. He's showing the 12th of August. And Elliot will be out of the game by the look of it, but we'll see. Okay, all good. Get rid of that. Zoom in on Guy and Elliot. And Guy's still under the zone. It's as if he's getting very good weather forecasts at the moment, because if he was up here, he wouldn't. He'd still be sailing now, but he would have got that quiet spot here. And the same again, by keeping down just a little bit lower, he's got, holding of the breeze, but he shouldn't be there. Naughty boy, but it's cool. We can't do much because he doesn't get penalties like that for Chichester. Anyway, he knows what he's doing. It's his call. So, and Elliot is, you can see here he's got this clear, gradient now of wind, good breeze to take him up to Perth. So we can have a look at his ETA. In fact, I'll just pick this up a bit more to make it bigger for you, and we should get both still. Not quite, yes we will, but then we can't see Perth. So let's just see how far he's got to go. He's now on, what have we got, 330 miles. So I'd say it's a good 4 days yet. We'd say 4 days, so let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'd say the end of the week. Sometime the end of the week we'll see him into Fremantle, and he'll be happy to be there, and then make some plans. So let's just toggle the breeze. I think we can see Guy down the bottom here. I'll make it smaller. It's good to see what's happening. Okay, and we get rid of that now. We click that one right there, and then we should be able to toggle it. Yep. Okay, so you'll see Elliot basically in good breezes all the way. It's all coming up from the south-southwest. It's just going to push him right where he wants to go. Guy's got breeze. That's easy. We're into 1 day ahead. That's in the next 24 hours. That's all good. And rolling through again, through to the 17th. It's a midnight the next day, so 17th there's 2 days ahead and Guy's still sailing. Elliot will be up into that southeasterly by then, which is perfect. He'll just sort of reach across. It's good for deep reef mainsail and little staysail. He'll be liking that. So that's through 2 days ahead. Guy's got some light stuff coming behind him. And then as we roll it, Elliot's going to stay in the breeze because this trough here is actually not going to go any higher. It's being squashed down by the mainland there. This is part of a big distorted high pressure system there. So that's pretty cool. And Guy's got a soft spot, but the main one, Elliot's doing okay. That's on the 18th, 3 days ahead. I'll carry on because then we can see what his breeze is like all the way up to Fremantle. Yep, that's pretty good. 15, 16, 17, 18, we're into the 19th, and Guy's still sailing. He's got more breeze coming up behind him. All good, solid. That's not quite westerlies, a little bit of north in it, but all good. So these guys are going to be happy for the next 3 or 4 days, and that will ride Elliot all the way in. And there'll be a few people there. We're just going to start trying to organise his arrival with films and interviews and so on. So I look forward to that. Okay, we'll leave them there and come and have a look at this. Everything's changed again for Ian and Jeremy. We'll zoom in here. So the big front came through with a bit of a bang late yesterday, and Jeremy, as we saw, just rode it out. Didn't really try and put too much pressure on. Ian was coming in okay, and then he was worried about his landfall. You can see he's coming in. He stayed out a bit. Probably wait until he saw the coast, and also the wind is now backed right back, so he's probably getting 15 to 20, gusting 25 or a bit more. Nice sailing. He's currently doing 3.8, which is very conservative. I would have thought he'd be able to sail more than that. And his distance off, he should be well and truly looking at the coast right now. I think you'll see his tweet come in. It's still a fair way. Let's get specific here. It's no, that's not too bad. He's got the coast there. 18 miles. Yeah, he's looking at it. He's made his landfall. He'll know where he is. He's had sun for the last yesterday and today. He should have made a good approach. Knows exactly where he is. Seen the coast, and now he'll start his pilotage to work it around the corner. So from that position to this turn point here, he's about 64 miles. And then the next one up the top there, can't go over the land, but it'll be about 30, so he's 100. He's probably got about 110 miles to go, and we'll just remember that figure because you'll see it's going to get a bit light. So we'll leave that figure now forward. I'm going to build this up again so we can see it a bit better. Come up here. We can't turn the corner, but that's fine. So that's about 35 miles there, and Jeremy's now here. Another 35, 45, 55. He's probably got 60 miles to go. And we now get rid of the distance measurer and we look at the weather, because this is the interesting one. Now it's all these winds are moving away really fast. We thought it was going to hold like 30 knots or so all the way in, but this is now, we'll go through in the next 12 hours. It's 7 o'clock now, so we'll go through until 7 o'clock in the morning, say. So that's 8. So I've got to do my maths here. So you can see it's dying off anyway. They're going to get light headwinds here. Light headwinds, which is going to slow them down. And it's really surprising because this has changed so rapidly because of that low pressure system just rocketed away to the southeast. So they're going to be stressed trying to get in before tomorrow late. Or Jeremy is going to be late tomorrow. Then the headwinds are starting, so Ian is going to meet up with that as well. This is 24 hours from now. So in 24 hours, 70 miles, Jeremy will probably get in maybe early afternoon or something tomorrow, maybe. And Guy will be delayed with this building northeasterly wind. Let's just see how far it goes through. So that's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Hang on, I've lost it now. Oh, I've lost it completely because that's on the 16th. Hang on, I'm going to go back here. Sorry, I was looking at I haven't actually followed this through until now. Okay, so there we go. So there is 24 hours out. So by that stage, Ian will be up around here somewhere, and he'll be pushing in. So he's going to be really late. So I'll revamp that and put the update again late tonight. But it's going to be a late one because the weather's all changed. These winds are going to slow them up and go quiet and all sorts of stuff. So a little bit hard to pick. If we come back to show this one, I didn't show you the separation between Ian and Jeremy at the moment. It's only 50 miles, near enough to 50 miles. So Ian will be happy with that. I'm not sure about Jeremy, but that's fine. And just a reminder to show you what's happened here, how it changed so quickly. Everything's moving very fast. Anyway, we'll see that when we come back to Gugg. So that's it. We've now got a huge high pressure system here in the Tasman, and that's not affecting anyone. But that other system's rocketed way south. That was quite a surprise. It wasn't forecast like that at all. Anyway, Captain Gugg is now doing 4.9 knots. He's happy. He's heading in the right direction. And I'll leave Abolish and Kirsten over there for the moment. Oh, sorry. Here we go. This is where they're at. So he's got a reasonable breeze, not too strong. He's in the lee of New Zealand there. So that's probably why he's only doing 4.9. And that's still not too bad. I'm going to leave that there so you can see the weather effect all around him. So we'll now push through until the next 24 hours. Still not a lot of breeze there. He's not going fast, and then he's going to get a kick from behind. You get the northwesterly here, building before a swing to the southwest. And that's now just gone through in the last, so that's a bit over 24 hours. So he's not going to lose much ground there. That'll keep him going. So by the second day, that's midnight tomorrow night for him. And then that's the second day through. So he's had breeze all day. So that's 2 days from now. In 2 days he'll be over here somewhere. It'll go a bit light again, but he's not doing too bad. I think back to a couple of the entrants going through here in 2018. This was a nightmare zone. They had a lot of headwinds, and Tapio was stuck down here for 12 days. He could hardly move. He stayed in this area for 12 days trying to push to windward with his barnacles. It was quite horrific. And Mark Slat's had a similar situation. So this is a pretty reasonable run for them. So I think Gugg will be happy. That's okay. Now let's look at what's happening up here in the leaders, and we come back to real-time weather now, all being influenced by just a solid southwesterly flow, increasing in strength. Simon's been doing 5.8, 127 miles in the last 24 hours, and Abolish he's doing 7 now, and Kirsten is doing 7 as well. They're neck and neck on speed, but as I say, Kirsten was actually going a bit faster than Abolish at one point, not a lot, 0.3 of a knot I think it was, but anyway, they're heading in the same direction under the same wind and doing exactly the same speed. The differential with Abolish and Kirsten right now is near enough to 75 miles, which is nothing. 75 miles, in fact, technically that would put Kirsten in front of Abolish on the leaderboard. If we added in the 35 hours in the same breeze and the same bits, Kirsten would be up here somewhere, so we've got to remember that. But anyway, they'll be having a bit of fun. Hopefully that will continue. I'll get rid of that and we'll look at what's happening with the weather now. I'll make this smaller so we can see what's happening. I'm going to make it smaller again. You know where their positions are. So, big high pressure system here to the east of New Zealand. And that's all flowing off of that high. There'll be a low right down the bottom in the middle, way south. So we'll just toggle this through. Looks like, as we said yesterday, Simon's not going to be short of breeze, but the centre of this high is going to dictate what happens to Kirsten. But it's squashing up, which is good. That means Kirsten and Abolish pretty much in the same breeze. Simon's going to fly away. He's got a howling westerly following behind him at the moment. And Kirsten and Abolish are going to have that's 20 gusting 25, 28, something like that. So nice sailing breeze. Kirsten's probably a little bit lighter than Abolish on that one, and that's exactly 24 hours. So the next 24 hours, Simon's going to speed up, pull away a bit. Kirsten and Abolish doing okay, but not quite as fast as Simon. Then coming in here, it's getting soft for Kirsten, and it's going to get softer for her than Abolish. And Simon's, he's got some solid stuff there, but nothing to worry about because there hasn't been a sudden wind direction change, so the sea will be building. Let's just have a look at that. The sea will be Okay, yeah, that's pretty solid. He got 6 meters, so that's pretty solid. Whereas these guys are back in reasonable stuff. That's threes and 3.5. But Kirsten's softening off at the back because she's got the less breeze that's there. So not good for her. But that's sailing. We'll come back to the breeze here, and so 16. We'll bring this through to the end of 48 hours. Oh boy, Kirsten and Abelish are slowing down. Simon's flying. That's 2 days from now. So this is a soft spot that's going to stick with him for let's see how long. But Simon's not stopping. He's heading to the train station big time. And yep, there they go. They're going to park. That's not good. So, well, it's good for Simon. But anyway, they're going to park there. That's for nearly 3/4 of a day. They're going to hardly move. So that'll give Simon probably another 60 miles, I reckon. He'll jump out 60 miles. Let's look at the differential between the two. So this is on the 18th. So that's 3 days ahead. That's far enough. But we will see what we got here to Abelish. 926. You could squeak that out to 1,000 miles. So by the time we get to 3 days ahead, we might see a 1,000-mile break from Simon up against Kirsten and Abelish. Kirsten and Abelish, pretty reasonable. I think Kirsten will probably lose another 50 miles against Abelish, but let's wait and see. The most amazing thing for me, keeps me very happy, is that we look across here all the way through the Southern Ocean. All the serious stuff is way south. And there hasn't, it's not too bad. These pressure systems coming through like this, it's sort of okay because there hasn't been yet, touch wood for the entrance, a lot of headwinds either. They're still moving. It's either the right direction or no wind. And that's a lot better than no wind and headwinds, believe me. People were bleeding down here last time. Still some pretty big stuff heading down to Cape Horn, but even then there's a little squeak around. So yeah, everything is doing the right things for being down here at this time of the year. Let's just jump this through just to see what it looks like. Yeah, this is nearly a week ahead now. And it's still all centred down a lot, and there's very few of the little tight round ones, very tight ones with sudden wind swing. So I'm happy with that. And after this, remember, if you saw the questions and answer session, I talk about the session we'll have with Tapio. We haven't set the date and time yet, but it'll be sometime in the next week. And I will put a pre-notice up today to get your questions in. You can ask questions. You put them in the comments for Tapio. It'll be Ada, Tapio and me. Ada will be in France, I'll be in Hobart, Tapio will be Finland, and it'll be a session as long as it takes to talk about different things, about his experience of losing a stereo, getting in the raft, getting picked up and then getting home. So look forward to that, and we'll see you soon. See you tomorrow, in fact, and I'll update the ETAs tonight for Jeremy and Ian.